Thompson Siegel Walmsley Llc decreased its stake in Interface Incorporated, TILE, by 17.13% based on its latest 2017 Q2 regulatory filing with the SEC. Thompson Siegel Walmsley Llc sold 155,220 shares as the company's stock rose 10.42% with the market. The institutional investor held 751,054 shares of the consumer durables company at the end of 2017 Q2, valued at $14.76 million, down from 906,274 at the end of the previous reported quarter. Thompson Siegel Walmsley Llc, who had been investing in Interface Incorporated for a number of months, seems to be less bullish on the $1.35 billion market cap company. The stock increased 0.23%, or 5 cents during the last trading session, reaching $21.95. About 179,622 shares traded. Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE, has risen 19.95% since October 11, 2016 and is uptrending. It is outperformed by 3.25% the S&P 500. Securities Group LLC increased its stake in Microsoft Corporation, MSFT, by 287,576.47% based on its latest 2017 Q2 regulatory filing with the SEC. Securities Group LLC bought 244,440 shares as the company's stock rose 4.75% with the market. The institutional investor held 244,525 shares of the prepackaged software company at the end of 2017 Q2, valued at $16.86 million, up from 85 at the end of the previous reported quarter. Securities Group LLC, who had been investing in Microsoft Corporation for a number of months, seems to be bullish on the $588.61 billion market cap company. The stock increased 0.17%, or 13 cents during the last trading session, reaching $76.42. About 15.18 shares traded. Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, has risen 34.52% since October 11, 2016 and is uptrending. It is outperformed by 17.82% the S&P 500. Investors' sentiment decreased to 1.17 in 2017 Q2. It's down 0.01 from 1.18 in 2017 Q1. It worsened as 18 investors sold TILE shares, while 52 reduced holdings. 30 funds opened positions, while 52 raised stakes. 54.28 million shares, or 0.87% less from 54.76 million shares in 2017 Q1 were reported. Rice Hall James and Assocs Limited Company reported 956,993 shares stake. PineBridge Investments LP reported 69,061 shares stake. AssetMark holds 0% in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE, or 108 shares. Comerica Bank has invested 0.04% of its portfolio in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE. Royal Bank Shares of Canada has 790,904 shares for 0.01% of their portfolio. Westwood holds 3.12 M shares. Morgan Chase and Communications accumulated 398,101 shares. Investment Asset reported 0% in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE. Ameriprise Financial has invested 0% in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE. Baldwin Brothers Incorporated (MA) has 0.02% invested in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE, for 5,450 shares. Parkside State Bank and True reported 50 shares. Capstone Asset MNGMT Commerce has 0.01% invested in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ TILE. Texas Permanent School Fund holds 45,856 shares, or 0.01% of its portfolio. 10,964 were reported by Magnetar. PNC Services Group Incorporated has invested 0% in Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ Tile. Among 6 analysts covering Interface, NASDAQ Tile, 2 have buy rating, 2 sell and 2 hold. Therefore 33% are positive. Interface had 10 analyst reports since July 31, 2015 according to Stratton Xintel. The firm earned buy rating on Friday, October 30 by Stifel Nicolaus. Macquarie Research initiated the shares of Tile report on Friday, December 16 with neutral rating. Barclays Capital downgraded the stock to equal weight rating in Thursday, February 25 report. The firm has buy rating given on Friday, November 4 by Seaport Global Securities. As per Thursday, July 27, the company rating was maintained by Stifel Nicolaus. Barclays Capital downgraded it to underweight rating and $17 target in Thursday, April 7 report. The firm has underperformed rating by Raymond James given on Friday, June 24. On Friday, July 31, the stock rating was maintained by Barclays Capital with overweight. The stock has hold rating by Stifel Nicolaus on Wednesday, April 27. Analysts await Interface Incorporated, NASDAQ Tile, to report earnings on October 25. They expect 30 cents earnings per share, up 20.00%, or 5 cents from last year's 25 cents per share. Tile's profit will be $18.45 million for 18.29 PE if the 30 cents EPS becomes a reality. After 33 cents actual earnings per share reported by Interface Incorporated for the previous quarter, Wall Street now forecasts minus 9.09% negative EPS growth. Since May 4, 2017, it had 0 insider buys and 6 sales for $1.14 million activity. Shares for $493,750 were sold by Coombs Robert on Thursday, May 4. Shares for $76,881 were sold by Scales Jeffrey Chadwick. Thompson Siegel Walmsley Llc, which manages about $7.40 B and $8.45 B U.S. long portfolio, upped its stake in BIA Incorporated, New York Stock Exchange MBI, by 174,603 shares to 3.20 M shares, valued at $30.19 million in 2017 Q2, according to the filing. It also increased its holding in Lowe's Co.'s New York Stock Exchange low by 17,390 shares in the quarter, for a total of 23,760 shares, and has risen its stake in Johnson & Johnson, New York Stock Exchange J&J. More notable recent Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, news were published by InvestorPlace.com, which released Boring Microsoft Corporation, MSFT, stock is still a must-have on October 11, 2017. Also Fool.com with their article, Better Buy, Microsoft Corporation vs. HP Incorporated, published on September 21, 2017. InvestorPlace.com published, Microsoft Corporation, MSFT, stock is seasoned, but not a tech dinosaur on October 9, 2017. More interesting news about Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, were released by InvestorPlace.com and their article, How Soon Will Microsoft Corporation, MSFT, stock hit a new record $86, published on October 6, 2017, as well as SeekingAlpha.com's news article titled, Microsoft, Azure Fuels Dividend Growth with publication date, October 7, 2017. Since May 1, 2017, it had 0 insider purchases and 8 insider sales for $1.04 billion activity. Kappa seller Christopher C. had sold 4,927 shares worth $338,709. Another trade for 7.00 million shares valued at $481.95 million was sold by Morfit G. Mason. $207.65 million worth of stock was sold by Gates William H. III on Monday, May 1. Summit Securities Group LLC, which manages about $560.21 million U.S. long portfolio, decreased its stake in Autodesk Incorporated, NASDAQ ADSK, by 10,704 shares to 14,401 shares, valued at $1.45 million in 2017 Q2, according to the filing. It also reduced its holding in Qualcomm Incorporated, put, NASDAQ QCOM, by 25,627 shares in the quarter, leaving it with 63 shares, and cut its stake in ExxonMobil Corporation, put, New York Stock Exchange ZUM. Investors' sentiment decreased to 0.82 in Q2 2017. It's down 0.02 from 0.84 in 2017 Q1. It turned negative as 39 investors sold MSFT shares, while 982 reduced holdings. 132 funds opened positions, while 703 raised stakes. 5.53 billion shares, or 0.72% more from 5.49 billion shares in 2017 Q1 were reported. Times Square Capgemini GMT Limited Com reported 155,700 shares, or 0.07% of all its holdings. Oakwood MGMT Limited Liability Corporation CAR reported 123,536 shares. Thompson Siegel Walmsley Llc holds 0.11% of its portfolio in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, for 130,704 shares. Security Commercial Bank of SoDAC reported 20,936 shares stake. First Financial Bank has 1.17% invested in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, for 214,453 shares. Michigan-based Insight 2811 has invested 0.17% in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT. Grandfield & Lc holds 4.17% of its portfolio in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, for 512,570 shares. 998,887 were accumulated by Goffin & Glossberg Limited Company Ill. Putnam Inns Limited Liability holds 17.72 M shares. Moreover, ExxonMobil MGMT Incorporated TX has 2.55% invested in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT. Tiverton Asset Limited Liability Company invested in 1.13% or 302,101 shares. Alpha Windward Limited Liability Corporation owns 5,935 shares. AmeriInsurance Company TX invested 2.44% of its portfolio in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT. Private MGMT reported 10,202 shares stake. Harvey Investment Limited Liability Corporation owns 0.26% invested in Microsoft Corporation, NASDAQ MSFT, for 18,441 shares.